Hello, I'm recording after almost 4 months. I had wonderful feedback to my video and I'm really grateful for that. And I had a lot of people asking me to post more videos, so I'm finally doing it now. I just wanted to give you a brief update of what's going on, how my life has been since my healing. So generally, my healing happened, because I didn't mention this in the first video, my healing happened over a year now. It happened in August last year. And since then, I've been basically focusing on enjoying my new life. And I'm really grateful that I received so many comments and many people asking me about details, some additional information, but lots of people just expressing gratitude and saying that I was a massive inspiration and I gave them lots of hope. And obviously this was the main intention of my video, so I'm really happy that I was able to help. Now, like I said, I'm hoping to now be posting more often, but I just wanted to give you a quick update what's been going on. So it was absolutely amazing. It is still amazing. I feel great. I have been enjoying the clarity, the energy and vitality that I hadn't had for many years. So it was really beautiful for me to embrace all those blessings. But I also kept working on going deeper and learning more, because it was such a fascinating experience when I went through my healing and spiritual awakening. I basically dived into spirituality and I wanted to learn more and more about well, this new reality, this new realm that I stepped into. And it was an amazing experience. It still is. I believe spiritual awakening was just the beginning, and now I am on my spiritual journey, which is really fascinating. On the anniversary of my healing, I actually treated myself. I wanted to celebrate it in a very special way, and I went to Paris, which was something I always dreamt of before, but I never did. So, and I believe I manifested this trip using the meditations, to be honest, because it was like a last-minute decision, but everything clicked into place beautifully. And I was manifesting that I could have unlimited funds when I go to Paris to really enjoy my time and not having to worry about my budget. And that was what actually happened. So that was another beautiful, successful story using Joe's meditations. And this is actually the other thing that I started working on using Joe's work and the spiritual approach. I was focusing on other areas of my life, such as abundance, relationships with people. And I must say it's been a very rewarding journey. So the trip was magical. I remember myself standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, filled with gratitude and joy and love for myself and for my new life. And yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. And I made myself a promise to go to a different city, European city or other cities every year on my anniversary. And I actually celebrate this day as my second birthday, because it really was my second birthday. It wasn't just me healing and getting rid of the symptoms. It was far more than that. And I have been meditating regularly every day, doing 2 to 3 hours of meditation, simply because they make me feel wonderful. They give me lots of energy. And I was working on whatever patterns that I discovered still needed working on, mostly to do with the mindset, to do with my limiting beliefs, any sort of negative concepts in my mind, or any emotions that emerged, you know, in everyday life. it's quite interesting that once you start doing this, you get very good at analyzing those emotions and trying to get to the bottom of where they came from. And even if we don't know where they came from, trying just to analyze them and understand what they are trying to tell us about how we feel, how we think, about our thoughts, about our beliefs. And then it just gets so much easier to reprogram those thoughts. So I was using mostly the brain retraining techniques and the meditations, mainly breaking the habit of being yourself. This one is very good for any sort of persistent beliefs that we want to change. So definitely this meditation is brilliant for that. And in terms of brain retraining, just stopping yourself whenever you have this type of thought and saying stop, stop, stop. Change, 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 just similarly to what Joe says in the meditation. And then you replace this negative thought with a positive one. And when you start doing it regularly and it becomes your habit, you're getting really good at being your personal detective and really analyzing, catching, and reprogramming those emotions. And it gets really easy. Surprisingly, most people believe that it's difficult to change the old thinking, but this is the essence of Joe's work. We can delete the old programs by putting the new ones in place, by replacing the old programs with the new ones. And that's the basics of this work, because a lot of people on the forum, Joe Dispenza forum, and whenever I speak to people, they ask, how do you stop those negative intrusive thoughts? How do you stop certain beliefs? How do you change the way you think? Well, you change it by catching those negative thoughts, catching them, writing them down if you need to, and working on them one by one. You may not be able to shift all of them in one go, but just working on, let's start with the most intrusive ones, the ones that really nag you every single day. And just focus on those and keep reprogramming, keep replacing them with the positive ones. And you will be surprised how quickly your brain will start building those new connections. And the old program is going to vanish and the new one is going to become the dominant program. So that's how I applied the Joe's teachings in terms of brain retraining, because my healing happened and I feel fabulously physically, but it doesn't mean that there are no things that I still needed to work on in terms of because we don't want to go back to where we were, because if we do, that's where the symptoms may come back, that's where the illness can basically happen again, or a different illness can come up. So that's why it's really important to work on those thinking patterns, because I believe that, some people make this confusion about Joe's work. They believe that, it's only meditation, but that's not it. Some people do the meditations without reading the books or watching the videos, and this is where the problem is. Some people feel stuck because they don't fully understand that the full recipe for success is about meditating, raising your vibration during meditations, but also working on those negative thinking patterns every single day with your eyes open. So this is the main thing that I was working on, and this is what I normally recommend to most of my clients when I work with them now. Like I mentioned in my first video, I do holistic therapy, which is called biomagnetism, but I also work with emotions, releasing trapped emotions from the body. And now I also coach people with Joe Dispenza's work. So I always say brain retraining and meditation are the two key elements for success, both in healing and for other aspects in life. Now I wanted to say about changes that I've seen in my life following my healing and going deeper into the work. I definitely noticed a massive shift in my consciousness. The more I meditate, the more I connect with the field and with the divine, life seems to become much easier. Um, it's less stressful, there is less fear, there is less contraction. It just becomes like a flow. And this state is absolutely amazing. That's what they call in spirituality 5D consciousness. And achieving this state on a regular basis is absolutely amazing. So that's one of the things that I definitely notice by doing the work regularly. And I know that some of the people who do Joe's work, they also talk about it, that once you reach a certain level of consciousness and you raise your vibration to the point where things come to you easily and you see those synchronicities and things become just so magical. Sometimes I'm like stunned and in awe of how things magically come to me even before I think about them or even ask for them. Things just come to me, and it's hard to explain it, but that's what happens when we raise our vibration, when we operate from those higher centers, when we are no longer in fear and separation and doubt and we just expand our consciousness and we believe that this is how life should be. And the more we leave the matrix, the easier things become. That was one of the biggest changes that I noticed after my healing. Now, on the days when my vibration drops, because obviously they happen, it sometimes happens, unfortunately, and I usually just go back to meditations really quickly, and I will sit there and do the meditation as long as I come out of it feeling different, because it's really possible, it's really easy to do it. We don't have to be a victim of our mind, of our body. We can raise our vibration, and I've been doing lots of different things whenever I had a sort of drop in energy. But even simple things like playing joyful music, dancing, doing any sort of high vibrational activity like that. Sometimes you just need to take a nap and break this cycle of negative thinking. And usually when you wake up, you feel better. There's some sort of reset happening. And being gentle with yourself, being loving to yourself. I practice lots of self-love and really applying it in everyday activities. It's even just repeating to yourself, forcing it, just really feeling it. I love you, I love you, I love you. Saying this to your body, it's absolutely amazing. So these are the main things that I usually go for when I feel any sort of drop in vibration. It's or I use affirmations. I'll put my headphones on and I'll just put some positive affirmations, and it really helps because you just have to break this cycle. You can't let your mind go down the low path again and just say, okay, so this is happening. I mean, sometimes they say, it's good to feel your emotions. Yes, I agree with that. It's not about completely sweeping them under the carpet and trying not to listen to your inner voice, but it's more about not letting it happen for an extended period of time. So whenever you feel like something is and you just check with yourself what's going on. Is something not right? Am I not happy about something? I even check with your body. Am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Stuff like this. And then if you can't see the reason why you're not feeling good, or maybe you haven't done anything that brings you joy for quite a while, then the body just gets in this lower state of vibration because you haven't done anything that excites you. So these are the things that usually are worth asking. And if you can't find anything and your mood just simply dropped because the vibration is like that, well, sometimes there are some external influences that can be linked to that. We just gone through 2 eclipses in this year, and other planetary changes can also be affecting us at certain periods. So there is always this to take into account. But meditation usually helps. It doesn't have to be a very intense meditation. Just give yourself a meditation with gratitude, or even switching to gratitude is just this like a bridge from lower state to higher state. So gratitude is always, just always think about the things you can be grateful for, and there's always plenty to put on the list. And the next thing that I wanted to mention was during my spiritual journey and learning more about who we really are, I came across one of the really interesting concepts, which I believe is absolutely true, is that everything in our reality is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And this was such an eye-opener for me. And when I started thinking about it and going back to different events in my life and just analyzing it from this point of view, from this perspective, everything made absolutely perfect sense. So we truly see a reflection of what's going on inside of us. Even things like, there's so many examples I could give, but like when people think that sometimes we complain about people around us, that they don't support us enough, or we can have problems in the relationships, and for example, complaining about the partner that he is not supportive, things like that. And then really what it usually is reflecting how supportive we are of ourselves. If we don't support ourselves, then the partner is not going to do it for us either. So very often it is simply a reflection of how we treat ourselves. That's just one of the examples that I came to this conclusion looking at my relationships, when I used to be the kind of person who didn't look after myself properly in the past. I didn't pay attention to my needs, to my emotions. I always put other people first. So the only reflection you can see is people treating you in exactly the same way. People expecting things from you because you expect yourself to do things for others. So people expect you to do things for them. It's just like all of it is just a mirror. It really is a massive game changer when you start looking at life from this perspective. So I think this would be the main thing that I wanted to speak. There was one other that I came across recently that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people seem to be stuck with healing and getting results with Joe's work, because they feel fine during the meditation, and then when they come out of meditation, they respond to the reality and the vibration drops really quickly. And I have read the books a few more times, not all of them, but just fragments, and also watched some more videos and people talking about what Joe talks about during retreats, which, by the way, I'm going to next year. So I'm very excited to be able to see and meet Joe. And I am very so the one that I wanted to talk about is I think we don't seem to understand, and I didn't understand that either before. I didn't understand the importance of this before. And obviously with this work, every time we listen to a video, every time we read the book, we learn more. So that's why it's really recommended to go back to this material as often as possible, because every time you will learn something new. This is one of the reasons most people usually go to the retreats several times, because, and they always say that they've learned something new. And the thing that I wanted to say is, it's very difficult to manifest a dramatic change in your life when you are doing it from a low frequency, when you are doing it from fear, doubt, desperation, and all those lower chakras, lower energy centers, emotions. When you are stuck in survival mode, it's really difficult to reach this level of higher awareness and really reach those higher vibrations where better life, abundance, perfect health, love exist. Because obviously, and that's something that I have learned, we need to be a match to those frequencies. So if we are trying to manifest perfect health, but we are in fear and desperation, it might take us a little bit longer to get there. And this is with everything, with manifesting money, with manifesting relationships. If we're not at the frequency of love, it's difficult to bring somebody into our life who is going to give us the love we desire. We can manifest somebody who is desperate, just like we are, if we are going from desperation and fear of loneliness and just feeling, wanting something too much, and that's desperation, that's fear. So this is what we are. So we always have to think about what sort of frequency we are vibrating at, because this is the signal we are sending out to the universe. If we are sending out desperation, this is what's going to come back. If we are sending out fear, this is what's going to come back. If we are sending out lack, this is what's going to come back. But when we raise our vibration, and that's where blessing of the energy centers comes to play, in my opinion, when it comes to Joe's work, really by doing, because a lot of people believe that blessing of the energy centers is mainly for healing. It's like a lot of people use this meditation mostly for healing. It has become known for one of the most powerful healing meditations, and I truly believe it is. But I also believe that this meditation is absolutely amazing for achieving other goals when we do this work, because it really is extremely powerful at raising the vibration of our body. So when you start clearing those centers from those negative emotions by doing the breath, so the first one is the breath, and you release and remove this negative low energy from your lower centers and move it up to the brain. And then when you focus on the centers, and especially from meditation number 2 onwards, where we place the symbols, or Joe uses more advanced techniques to energize the centers, that's when we actually become vibrating at a higher level, and that's when things become easier. Those synchronicities start happening, and the healing happens much quicker. And I remember when I was doing blessing of the energy centers, it was I really felt that this was the main one, the accelerator for raising my frequency. And I didn't even realize this at this point, because I didn't understand all of it. I experienced it, and then I was analyzing it afterwards. So this is what I definitely would suggest doing. It doesn't matter what you are doing this work for. Blessing of the energy centers and really flooding those centers with high vibrational emotions and intentions is a beautiful thing to do, and it's going to reward you with beautiful outcomes. So this is, I think, everything I wanted to say in this video, and I'm sending love to everyone, and I hope you are doing well on your healing journey, or on your, well, I call it healing journey. It's not just about physical healing, it's about changing our lives. I wish everyone best success, and I hope if you've got any questions, if you've got anything specific you would like me to talk about, I'm very happy. I also wanted to offer, if you were interested in participating in a Zoom call, where you could ask me more questions about how I did my healing, or generally get some guidance. If anybody was interested in the Zoom call, it would be free. We could set a date and time, and we could meet on a Zoom call to discuss. You could ask me questions, we could generally exchange experiences. So I'm happy to do that as part of this beautiful community. I will be posting some more videos as well to talk about, answer some of the questions that people who contacted me and put comments on the video asked me the most. It was just more about some more specific things to do with healing, but I will be recording another one. Bye for now.